my video. Today, I'm going to be talking about episode 18 of season 17 of Deadliest Catch. And this episode, it's going to have the Northwestern, Time Bandit, and the Wizard. And the crab boats are going to be facing a big Arctic storm that has a pressure of 995 millibars in it. And it's going to create 30 to 40 plus mile an hour winds. And the waves are going to be massive in this episode. The waves will be 20 to 30 plus feet tall, and it's going to be some very dangerous fishing for the boats. This episode starts out with the Northwestern. The Northwestern is just getting back out to the fishing grounds after fixing their crane, because their crane broke earlier in the season. Sig decided he wanted to go to some more calmer water because of the storm coming through, and it's grounds he has not fished since 2004, which is about 17 years ago. It's going to be pretty interesting to see how they do in the grounds they haven't fished for 17 years. Then it goes to the Wizard, and the Wizard is in Dutch Harbor. Captain Keith had been in the lower 48 for 2 weeks because of Monty and Keith's brother. He was in the hospital, so Keith went down there to be with his brother, while Monty kept the Wizard going with its 1.7 million Opelio crab quota. Captain Keith is arriving back in Dutch Harbor to get back at the helm of the Wizard. Captain Keith gets on and they start heading out to the grounds when they get the weather report that they're going to be battling a big Arctic storm. Then it goes to the Time Bandit, and the Time Bandit is hauling in gear, and they're where a lot of the fleet is, and they're getting a couple hundred Opelio crab per pot, but Jonathan wants more Opelio crab in his pots. He also wants to get away from the fleet, so he's gonna go up to the US-Russian line, about 50 miles from where he was, or farther than that. He wants to bring 100 pots on board and bring them up to the US-Russian line, but they're battling big waves and it's pretty precarious conditions that they're fishing in. Then it goes back to the Northwestern, and the Northwestern is setting its gear on the grounds that they've not fished for 17 years. The grounds they're fishing are anywhere from 88 fathoms down to about 135 fathoms, which is really deep water. Then it goes back to the Wizard, and the Wizard is battling bad conditions, but the way they had set their gear is to fish safely in the storm with 30 plus foot waves and stuff. Keith's planned it so he doesn't have to steer the boat or anything like that. He can just have the wind push the boat along the string and they'll collect the pots. They start hauling in their gear and they're getting 200 to 400 Opelio crab in the pots. They just have big waves coming over the port side rail, and the crew just has to be very careful, and they're fishing at night. Then it goes back to the Time Bandit, and the Time Bandit is getting the last of their gear on. They have about 10 more pots left, but the weather's just getting too precarious and dangerous for him to get the last maybe 7 pots on, so Jonathan's like, we're just going to leave these pots here and we'll get them later, and we're going to start heading out to the US-Russian line. Then it goes back to the Northwestern. The Northwestern is hauling their gear in the ones where they set their gear like this. First pot comes up with like 0 Opelio crab in it. Then they get another one and it has about 2 Opelio crab in it. And then they pick up another one and it has about 200 Opelio crab in it. Then the next one they pull has about 180 Opelio crab in it. And then they continue on. The next pot that comes up has 0 Opelio crab in it. Sig realizes, oh, they're running this way and our strings are running like this. So the pots that they pulled, he's going to go back and he's going to set strings like that where the numbers are good. They set their gear about 30 hours later. The first pot they pull up has about 200 Opelio crab in it. The second pot they pull up has about 450 Opelio crab in it. And then the next pot they pull up, it's about 3/4 of the way full. And that pot has 850 Opelio crab in it. It's been a very, very long time since I've seen a pot that has over 800 Opelio crab in it. And just seeing those big pots made me smile because it was so cool to see. Sig and the crew and Mandy, they were all really, really excited hauling in such good Opelio crab numbers. Then it goes back to the Time Bandit, and the Time Bandit is setting their gear. They went up to the US-Russian line Jonathan's like, I really like fishing out on my own because I like it better where there's nobody around me and I have the ground that I like. Then it goes back to the wizard. They had gone through their gear like this, and then they had some other strings that were kind of running. Starboard side of the boat would be taking the brunt of the waves. They're going through their gear and they're getting a couple hundred crab per pot. All of a sudden, a giant wave comes over the boat and it just douses the crew, and it was a giant wave that came over and put thousands and thousands of gallons of water onto the deck of the wizard. After that wave, Captain Keith was like, okay, we're done. We're shutting it down. Leave the pot in the launcher and lock down the deck. We're gonna steam into some safer conditions. Then it goes back to the Time Bandit, and the Time Bandit is hauling in their gear and they're getting 200 to 400 plus Opelio crab per pot. So they're all really happy about that. And then it shows Captain Keith talking about the storm. And then it shows Jonathan doing pretty well with the amount of crab he's getting. Then goes to the Northwestern, and Sig's like, we're not telling anyone about our hotspot because we want to keep it all to ourselves to finish up our season. That is how episode 18 of season 17 of Deadliest Catch ends. I hope you guys enjoyed this review of this episode. Don't forget to hit the bell icon down below so I can be notified when I upload videos. Also, please share this video with your friends and family. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And don't forget to share this video with your friends and family. Thank you guys for watching. And if you ain't dreaming, you ain't living. Don't forget to dream big.